Today I'm going to share a Disney travel album. This is Epcot album 32A and B, travel album 32A and B on my website. Um, if you go there, you can get design space links for all the pages in this album, or all of my pages, period. There's also a better detailed description of what I've used for each page, the papers I've used, the punches I've used, and the names of all the cartridges where the images come from. So let's begin. It's a big album, so this will be a bit longer video. So to begin with, on the first page here, we have pictures of the signs on the way into Epcot, and then inside, just inside the gate, there was this floral welcoming thing, and then of course the big globe. So we also took a panoramic photo of the lake inside with the monorail. So I wanted some Disney images on here. I also found this wonderful skyline. It is from Believing in Dreams, I believe. It is a Disney one with a castle. This bridge reminded me of the monorail. And then there's all kinds of trees and hills and tower and whatnot. Anyway, I love this, so I thought it was just perfect for that page. So that's the start. Off to a good start. This page, inside, when we arrived, it happened to be International Festival of the Arts. So there was all kinds of artwork around, displays, and lots of Mickey art and that. So I did an image of Mickey, and then I added a paintbrush to it. And once I'd placed all my photos around, I cropped them to fit different areas. This one I put on an easel behind it and put it on there. When I had space left over, I added Mickey ears border here. So I then did splats of paint all over the page for the art. People were painting on this wall too. So that's page 2. I really like that page. So this one is from inside a shop. There was gears, giant gears all up high above all the displays all around the store. So I had gear paper, and there are gear images, this border, and these images in design space. So that gave me a simple page. With the paper being so busy, I didn't need to put much on it. So that was done. And now we have the Norway pavilion. This paper is from Cricut frozen paper, and the whole Norway pavilion was a frozen theme because it's so popular. Anyway, these are topiaries that were in a garden out front, and I just loved it. I thought it was beautiful. So I created a garden scene on top of Kiwi Lane borders here. Some of these images, like these, are from Botanical cartridge, and this is Anna Griffin. These are from the Winnie the Pooh cartridge. So anyway, there are, in the design space links at my website, whenever there's a Disney image, I take it out of the link so that it will open, because if there's any licensed images, they won't open. So I take it out. You can add them back in, but I replace them with other things so that the pages are still nice and can be used for other things. So anyway, I put a tree back here and a flower pot on a stand here, just to create a scene. I needed some height. So my title's here and Norway. I think I put the title Epcot on almost every page. So now this is still the Norway pavilion. It was very, a lot of wood, timber, and rustic, outdoorsy. So I had a lot of fun doing this page. I used paper from the Cricut frozen paper as well. Then I just used Sven, and I don't know this fellow's name. So I used big trees and created a scene. I just really like these images. They're so detailed. All the Disney images are detailed. They're wonderful. So I added my Epcot title in there. So that was nice. There was a long lineup at that place for sure, because everyone wanted to see the Frozen movie. Okay, so here's more frozen paper. It's all from Cricut. And this is a border that I found in Design Space, so I just ran this paper up under the border. Snowflake and frozen papers there too. I did the same thing. I repeated it. Now this is from the gift shop, and all the gift items were in wardrobes, as you can see here. So I found wardrobes and used them for frames for this. I then added an Olaf to this because there was a whole pile of Olaf toys in there. So I used the paper with Olaf in it. And then because there was clothing, I did a girl from Forever Young. The title comes from that too. So he's cute. I outlined him with a marker all the way around to help him stand out, so you can see that. That was fun. He looks really cute. I like him better outlined. I've done it without, but I prefer him that way. Okay, this is beautiful paper. So it's from Colorbook. It's a Colorbook which is sold at Walmart. It's very thin, so I use them for backgrounds. Anyway, I love the paper, and it was so beautiful. I didn't need to do anything but frame my photo, and then I put a border at K & Company that I had purchased, and I lifted it up on foam to in front of that photo. And then I lifted these images and corners on here, and I found some flowers that were sort of similar, like outlined flowers, similar to the ones on this page. So I just thought that was pretty paper. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is China Pavilion. So there was a big gate, looked like a pagoda. So I did that up there. And then I created a scene for the pandas, because they did have a topiary garden with pandas. It was really well done. So I had a lot of fun creating this scene with bamboo in the background. I found a font that looked Asian, and I love this China title. So I just did bamboo and pandas. It was lots of fun. This is from the Far East DCWV pad. It's Asian, all Asian papers. I really like it. So that was good. I lifted all these images, so that was fun. I really love that page. More China. So this is, I did a big dragon on top of a nice glittered circle there, and another pagoda. This was magnificent, beautiful. Love these lions too. So I did a lovely frame for that big photo, and that was this is a very simple page. I'm going quickly because it's a big album. I'm doing 2 in 1 here to keep all the Epcot together. So now we have, this is in the gift shop in the China Pavilion. So there was tons of beautiful fans there, and I had pictures of fans, so I found these beautiful fans in pagoda, and I lifted them up on foam. Then I found these children from around the world, and they're a Chinese boy and girl, really cute. So I just put a border down here that's the same paper as up here. I did a reverse, so I used some of that paper from this side over here. And a pretty frame on that one. There was room for it. And then another part of the gift shop there was all these figurines and Buddhas and things. So I found, this is the paper from the Far East again. It's beautiful. It has some Chinese writing on it too. So I found some figurines, Buddha, and found some figurines for that. I find that putting the photos in one panel keeps it not so busy. So I like putting them in a block from sometimes. Now we're going to Mexico. So this is a lot of fun. I love parrots. So I took lots of photos of all these parrots at the Mexican gift shop. And so this is a beautiful parrot that I found in Design Space. These images, I think it's from, it might be Olay. Anyway, this beautiful floral spray I found there, but I think it's for vinyl because there's nothing to put it on, so it was annoying to put together. But I did it in a corner too. I love the image so much I did it. I did it anyway. I did do a dotted white line around these flowers to make them pop because it is on a dark paper. I did the outlines on these flowers as well. And then I embossed this beautiful bird, and then I also outlined his beak there, so you can see that. I love that. So that's a pretty page. Oh, the Mexican frame. I think it's from Destinations, but more Mexico. Okay, so this is an image of Chichen Itza, Mayan ruins. So this page is quite simple. I just did a big image of that, tucked this one image of the same thing behind, and added a couple of shapes of this beautiful paper from DCWB Mikasa. I added a sombrero, and these are just filled it in with all the Mexican photos and added a title over there. Another Mexican page. There was a lot of Mayan ruins and that. This is, the colors are from this adobe and the turquoise in here, so jasmine was just the perfect color for this page. I found this big circle in the same pad that this was in, so I just cut it out to start a massive frame for this photo. I actually bought this is medallion thing. I have a charm just like this. I bought it the first time I went to Mexico. Nobody wears charm bracelets anymore though. Anyway, these are all Mayan ruins images and that. So I did a Mickey Mouse here, Mickey Mouse ears, and pretty frames and coordinating paper. So I like that. Now, this was also in the gift shop. A lot of Cinco de Mayo product. This is another Mexico frame. I changed the shape of it to have the title on here. Lots of skulls, and I had photos of them, so I had fun doing a skull. And then there was a whole bunch of skeletons in there too, so it gave me the skeleton. I had a pad of Mexican papers. I think this is from Recollections Fiesta. Not sure. You can find out at my website anyway, and I like that cute sombrero. So, and this is a single page. I don't do those too often, but I just had the one photo. It's a donkey and a cart, very colorful in these colors, and so an 8-inch square and the polka dot, and then another one in this busier print. It sort of looked like these print on this wagon. So I did just a title Mexico and a piñata of a donkey instead of a donkey. So that was fun. Now we're at the Germany page. This was a beautiful place. I love this color scheme. It's quite unusual. So this looks like a castle in Germany. So it had this horse, rearing horse, so that gave me the idea to add this image. It's from Art Nouveau, I believe. And then there was a soldier in armor, so I put this armored face up there. Now this is a border that I bought. I'm sure it's a K & Company border. So I lifted it up and I cut it, a piece off for here, and the rest of it is over here. I added some rhinestones and blue gems to embellish, and that page is done. Now that's the first. I split this album into two in my website, so that would be Epcot A, and this is now Epcot B beginning. So I did a banner at the top of this page, reused that silhouette of the mountain, the bridge, and it's trees, although it looks like a roller coaster at times. Anyway, it was fun doing the banner. I just put a title Epcot, put Mickey Mouse ears on top of the E, put the globe behind for the world globe, and the sun because it was in sunny Florida. There's just pictures of us throughout the pretty scenery and that, and I added Disney characters, Donald Duck and Pluto and Goofy. He's cute. I added lots of freckles on him and around their nose. I ink them a lot, and I lift them up on lifters. So in this album, I thought, oh, maybe I'll try and add flags of the different countries. So I started to do that throughout this album. But so these were people who were painted in silver and copper and gold. They were perfectly still. I had never seen this before. I'd seen it on video, but to see it in person was amazing. So this man was an astronaut, so I put an astronaut beside him. And this was a woman figurine carrying a basket. I couldn't find many women figurines, so I used this one for a statue. And then this was a poet, and he had a feather quill. So I used a feather quill here, this image here. So and then my title was on top of a globe and the Statue of Liberty there. So that was interesting to see at Epcot. So now we have France. So I had this Paris paper, which I had specific, it's from Authentique, and I knew I was going to be doing a France page, so I bought it quite a while before I had it. That was great. I have a title here. I put Kiwi Lane at the top, a single border there and triple ones here. And then I added the Arc de Triomphe image. I lifted it up on lifters, tucked this photo behind here, and added gems and flourishes of gems here and there. So in Design Space, because you wouldn't have this paper, I have put a Eiffel Tower and some yellow flowers in that corner. So you can download that link, because this was a lot of fun. So in the France pavilion, there was a whole area of perfume. They were beautiful bottles and beautifully displayed everywhere. So I had lots of fun looking for perfume bottles and making all different kinds. And then I put fleur-de-lis around. So I loved all these perfume bottles. It was especially fun to do this. This was really great. I'll show you this up close. It was really cute. Lots of fun, and I love the colors of it too. My French poodle. So, here's a troll from Frozen. There was topiary of trolls, so I found this troll, and so that made me happy. So this is in a garden, so I did floral tropical leaves for background paper, and then because the troll was in a totally different color from anything else in the photos, I added the black and white paper to just tie him in a little better. Added a splat of flowers here and there because there was a bit of pink in it. And there's some topiaries too, because they are topiaries. So that was good. So now we have Tinkerbell. This was a topiary garden again. So I, with a great big Tinkerbell there. So I did a big Tinkerbell, and then I did silhouettes of her image in all different positions, sitting on the frame, kneeling. And then I added flowers from her cartridge. These are fairy dust from that cartridge as well. This cartridge, Tinkerbell, I use it for the flowers. There's beautiful sprays and florals, tropicals. They're just beautiful. I use the flowers all the time in all kinds of other pages. So I highly recommend the cartridge. You may not use the Tinkerbell a lot, but you sure will use the florals. Anyway, I did two beautiful frames here from Elegant Edges again. And so that's that garden. And we were lucky enough to see a princess. Aurora was there. So I did a background of Kiwi Lane at the bottom, 2 layers at the bottom and 1 at the top. Then I did 2 lovely frames, put her photos in ovals. I found these 2 images of Aurora and put a tree behind this one just to give her, I don't know, I like layering. I always layer things. So this grass, I added just some grass around here just for an extra little interest. So that's that. So this is Morocco. Very colorful. This is the gift shop in Morocco, and everything was primary colors, so I did a primary colored banner across the top. I think this is from Pretty Pennants, and this is from Children Around the World. I also did, this image is the flag from Morocco. This is the image that's on their flag, so I used that too. So this was just all from the gift shop. Added a nice title, and that's that. So this is the Japan pavilion. This beautiful big pagoda, so I did a pagoda here. And then this lovely lady was all dressed beautifully in traditional clothes. I did a Japanese floral. It's from Pagoda, and it's because of that tree I just decided to put something there. And then this is the parasol from Pagoda as well. Added Mickey ears, and this is the dot on the red circle on the middle of the Japan flag. Love this symbol. It is just beautiful from Design Space. I'm in Cricut Access. I subscribe to Cricut Access, so all the images that I use are from Access, but I do have licensed cartridges too. But okay, now this was fun. This was a railway train set. They had it set up a village, but it was huge, and you could watch the train going around. So I had this paper that was all trees with, I think this is a road, but I'm thought it was close enough to railroad tracks for me. So I used it for this, I'm sure this is a park pad that I had. Anyway, I found a cute train, put it on railroad tracks, and then put some tracks and found railroad borders for the frames. That was fun. This is a panoramic my husband took. It was so big that we were able to do a panoramic photo of it. And now this is the Canada Pavilion. Well, this was really fun for me. I'm Canadian, so I was happy to get there, but it was closed. So we didn't get to see the video or whatever was going on inside, but we did walk in and saw the grounds and that. So there's a totem pole here, so with a Thunderbird, so I did a Thunderbird image there and a totem pole. Then of course the RCMP, my Mountie, and Moose. These are from summer celebrations, I believe. And then this looks like the Rocky Mountains. I had two beautiful frames here, and of course this buffalo plaid, which you see everywhere in Canada. Lately it's in my Canada title. So I have another Canada page. So this is the maple leaf from the Canadian flag. This looked there was like a park down there, but it looked like the landscape of Canada from coast to coast. So there was the Rockies and then the prairies, I guess. And anyway, this looks like the Banff Springs Hotel. I'm sure it's one of the CN hotels. Anyway, this is a good Canadian title. It's from Miss Kate Cuttables, and this tree is from her as well. I love this tree. I've used it several times. I've embossed it there. You can see all the different layers and the detail on it. It's a wonderful image. There's about 30 of her cartridges in Design Space. So for Canadian images, I found a canoe, some trees, and of course the Canada Goose. And I just put some bulrushes behind him. I did a Mickey. I put a label behind Mickey's head image here with our flag. And I did a different frame for this photo on this one. A little more rustic. So now we have Great Britain. So, of course, we had to do the Queen's Guard. He was right here. And then the notorious British telephone booth in red, the double-decker buses. I found this England frame and with a crown. There's a bust of Shakespeare there, so I found a Shakespeare image. And that's great. I love it. I love the way this shape held my photos inside perfectly. That lined up nicely for me. So that was fun. And here's another page from Britain. So this is the Union Jack, their flag, on this page. And then I did another banner for Mickey, and I put a crown on his head because it was the British page. So I just, with the title, I made the O in Epcot Mickey Mouse head, and I put a crown on top of the E. That's just a Disney logo from the Disney Mickey Mouse cartridge, and a thumbs up. That's the outdoors of the pavilion, and there was this crest with a lion, so I found one in Design Space and sort of copied that. Then I made a banner and created a banner like this is a sign for a pub. I made a pub sign, put a teapot on it too. So that was fun. And now, the USA. So this is very patriotic. There were all kinds of flags there, so I did the Stars and Stripes, the banners that they use a lot. in American festivities and special occasions. And then I had an American pad of paper, so I found this paper in that pad and just added the USA on the Mickey Mouse ears and a big Epcot title over there. This was interesting. It was a good pavilion. So now I have the space. This is when we were leaving. The last thing we did was we took the spaceship ride, and when you come off of that ride, there's a photo of you outside on a big screen, and they put your face in them. Everyone who rides in it, they snap their photos and your face are there. So we took a picture of that. So the rocket ship gave me a theme, so I did a rocket ship and an astronaut, and I had spaceship paper. I think this is Cosmic Whammy from Paper Studio. Love that pad. It's great for Disney and kids. And this is just a photo of the monorail from that. So that's the end of this album. I hope you'll subscribe. Click the button below to subscribe and you'll get a notice the next time I post a video. Thank you for watching.